All right, let's take a look at the forms area. So in the forms area, we can see all the forms. Um, Presently, this will list all the forms for the organization that the person has the ability to access. And if there's multiples, we can move across to the next page, etc. So we've got the audience type that will come into understanding when we go to add a form, the current status, who it was created by and when it was created. So with these little dot areas here, we can unpublish this form. So now that form's inactive, meaning people can't actually fill it in. We can republish that. We can export the submissions, we can archive the form, or we can delete the form. We can click the pencil icon to actually edit that form. We will go over these settings in the video where we explain how to create a form. But in this one, we'll just get orientated in this area. So what we'll do now is we can click on this form and we can see any data that's been submitted. In this case, there's no submissions on this form. If I go to this form here, we can now see that there's been 2 submissions on this form by this person, this time, etc. If I click on this, I can see the form submission, so the data that was filled in and submitted. If I wish to export that, I can click here and I can export. I could delete that submission if I had the permission to be able to do that. I can click view, that just goes back to where we were, or I can click export submission and it will generate a printable view that I can either print or save as a PDF. Alternatively, I can click export all submissions and it will create that for the entire, all the submissions. Now we'll see that if I click on this one, there's a lot more data in here than there is in this one. The reason for that is that in between when these 2 submitted, so this person, we don't have a time, but in between when these 2 were submitted, the form was actually edited and a lot of the fields were either added or removed. And so that's why this record only has those 2, because that's what the form was like when this person submitted. And this one's got a lot more information. That's because that's what the form was like when this person submitted. So we've built in the thing there that if you do change a form halfway through, we don't just lose data. It will record what the person actually submitted at the time. And this is just an example of where a form has been changed. And as a result, we see different information in the submissions.